Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot, and this is your tarot card for the week of April 5th, 2026. It is a collective general reading, so as the messages come through today, take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it simply means it is meant for someone else. And be sure to check out your other placements. If you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Also, Leo, keep in mind, this is not what you don't see coming for the week ahead. I've already released that reading, and I will pin yours at the end of this video. But the tarot card of the week reading is intended to be a message to you from source, some type of question that they want you to go within and consider so you can make a decision at this time that is best for you and your life. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Leo collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the tarot card of the week here for the Leo collective for the week of April 5th, 2026? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. Your tarot card of the week, the Five of Wands. What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? I think Taurus had the same card. Bottom of the deck, Justice. What needs to be resolved and set right in your life? Okay. Tell me why the Five of Wands is the tarot card of the week here for the Leo collective. So if you have Taurus placements, you may want to take a look at theirs, although I have a feeling their message is a little bit different than yours, but it still might be worth taking a look at. Why is the Five of Wands the tarot card of the week here for the Leo collective? What needs to be addressed in this conflict that has arisen? One more shuffle here. Thank you. We have the Page of Wands, we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Four of Wands, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands, the Fool, and the Magician. Okay, Page of Wands. Why is the Page of Wands here for the Leo collective? Why is the Page of Wands here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Wands is clarified by the Death card, the King of Swords, and the Five of Swords. Clarify that Seven of Cups, please. Clarify the Seven of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. Clarified by the Four of Cups, the Chariot, and the Three of Cups. I don't think that's the answer, my friend. I think you have at least one person here that you are in conflict with, possibly even separation. There are arguments here. There are disagreements. There's a feeling of defeat. Some of you may even feel manipulated by this person. King of Swords to the Five of Swords is someone who gaslights, they manipulate, and they could create drama. I feel like this is something that you deal with all the time, either with the same person, or you could feel like, oh my God, this person's just being reincarnated over and over again because I just keep encountering this type of person. So take it how it resonates to you. But I think what you have to look at is me ignoring this person, or if I stop talking to this person, or I end the connection with them, it doesn't resolve the issue. You're still carrying around from connection to connection to connection your inability to address conflict. Sort of like the Taurus reading, but not fully. So it's like, let's say this is between you and a friend. So in that Page of Wands, we have a friendship. It starts small. We engage. Before I know it, there are arguments. There are disagreements. Little molehills become mountains. I allow this person to gaslight me. I allow this person to yell at me or to scream at me or use unkind words or to betray me. And then I'm just like, you know what? I'm out of here. I've had enough. I put an end. I'm not happy with how the situation happened. I'm a bit confused how I ended up in that type of situation. But then I just move on with the Chariot and the Three of Cups, and I connect with another person or other people, and I just go about my day. And I walk away. I speak like you this whole time. I walk away thinking, well, that person's got a real major effing problem. And you're right, they do. But you do too. And I have a group of you here with that little problem that you have is you don't like confronting conflict. I have a Leo collective here. You actually are a peacekeeper to your detriment. And you keep drawing in these people. So you may think that because they're no longer in your life, you don't have to deal with that archetype, that type of person anymore. But you do. Because there's a wound here that you keep carrying with you, like the Fool does here with that sack on the back. So, and then I feel like you go off and you try manifesting new connections or, environments or situations that aren't like that one, but I think you keep encountering them over and over again. What you're striving for, it appears to be, is the Four of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. I want to connect with situations, environments, or connections that add to my stability, where there's growth and there's prosperity and there's potential and there's contentment and there's long-term loyalty. But I don't think that's what you're getting most of the time. So what needs to be addressed in this conflict or the past conflict that has arisen? I don't think it's so much about talking to the person or people that are doing or have done this. I think it's more like a little internal work here that's needed. Like, how do I even find myself in that situation to begin with? And more importantly, when I do find myself in those types of situations, why am I not speaking up? Why do I keep taking it on the chin? Tell me more about this wound. Tell me more about this wound. I feel like I have a group of you, or you're people pleasers until you get to a point where you can't take it anymore, and then you walk away. But I think we need to heal the people pleasing part of you, because I'm looking at that justice card, and that's Libra. And low vibration Libra will be their perception of justice at all costs. Even if they tip the scales and they have to take on more of the weight of the connection, or they have to keep their mouth shut, or they have to, take more crap or suppress more emotion, they do it to try to find peace and harmony. But it's a very low vibrational Libra. So I think what needs to be resolved and set right in your life is when you are in these confrontational connections or situations, you need to learn how to speak up for yourself when it's happening. Can I get 3 cards on this, please, for Leo? One more shuffle. Thank you. And again, it's just a little homework assignment. 9 of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Devil. I think there's a shadow side to you here, my friend. And you keep repeating the same pattern, either with, like I said, same person or same archetype. And I think it's something that you learned in childhood. Page of Swords. Keep the peace, stay quiet, can't make anyone upset. It's no big deal. I could deal with it. But I think that's a shadow aspect. Tell me more about the shadow aspect. Tell me more about the shadow aspect. So I think this week, all you have to do is be honest with yourself and say, yeah, that's me. Yeah. Whether it comes from childhood or not. It's just recognizing that. One more shuffle. Thank you. The shadow aspect. The Knight of Cups, the 6 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. That's exactly what happens. And it's cyclical. It's, I extend, offer opportunity, my heart, my time, my talent to someone. Things don't go well. 5 of Swords. Before I know it, I'm moving on from them. And then I'm mourning the loss. And I'm looking back going, I can't believe that happened to me again. But I think there's something, again, there's something here you have to look within and say, this is me. I'm not speaking up when I'm supposed to speak up. And like I said, it might go back to adolescence for some of you. And you might not even realize it until maybe now when you see the reading, like, oh my God, yeah, I did, to keep the peace at home. Or maybe your parent or parents were overwhelmed and you didn't want to add more to their plate. And so you just learn to push it down, push it down, push it down until you finally like explode, or you know what I mean? You erupt, and then maybe you walk away or they walk away. But there's a different way that we can handle this. Tell me more about the different way that we can handle confrontation. It's not to isolate yourself from people, and it's not to tolerate people who treat you this way. But I think this lesson is going to keep happening until you put an end to it. One more shuffle. Thank you. So how do we do that? 8 of Cups, the Tower, and the Star. Actually, you just watching this reading and realizing it. That's what changes the game. This is I hate to say it, a spiritual lesson. I know people hate when tarot readers say that. But your aha epiphany moment is when you realize the reason why you keep engaging with people like this is because you truly have yet to confront one at the onset when you first see the red flag. And that's how you get looped in over and over and over again, or over and over and over again. I'm not sure which way that wheel is spinning. You could, for some of you, feel like you continue to go back to the same person, even if it's not the same person. So I think this week you just need to be honest with yourself. Try to figure out the origin. I think that'll help you to start healing this wound. The realization alone will get you on the path, or on the on the journey to healing this for yourself. But yeah, it was a spiritual lesson. Until you learn it, I think it's going to keep repeating. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. 3 cards of advice here. And this could be emotional, specifically for those of you where it goes back to your teenage years or even earlier than that. It could be emotional when you start connecting these dots. So have some grace with yourself as well. But it could have come from just one abusive partner, even in adulthood, who gaslit you or lied to you. And maybe you walked away from that connection. Maybe you didn't. But the one thing you still carry is confrontation is bad. Confrontation is bad. If I just keep my head in the sand and I just put in more effort, everything will be fine, until it gets to a point where it's not fine anymore. So I think you need to find your voice. But first you just need to, I think, connect the dots here to figure out, where does this come from? All right, let's get you 3 cards of advice here. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Devil. There's that toxic pattern. The Strength card, that's you, and the Magician. Magician's been coming up a lot lately in a lot of the readings, and that is Mercury. And I think, again, it's just you. That's you, Strength card. Leo, I think that's just you going internal here, having an honest conversation with yourself. This is Leo energy as well. Second Deacon in Leo, Two of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. Why do you continue to end up in these situations? I think you have a people-pleasing shadow side of yourself. And this week, if you can just set aside some time to figure out where it comes from, that'll put you on the path to healing this once and for all. And you won't get involved in those types of situations. Or when you do, you'll be able to speak up before they become even worse. That is what I have for you, my dear. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.